You think you're funny, do ya?
You remember Marcus from our last video? The young man selling handmade friendship bracelets at the Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market? Well, Marcus had such a good season that he decided to expand. He's going to ship his bracelets to small boutiques across San Diego County, and each boutique gets the same number of bracelets. Marcus has 768 bracelets ready to ship, and he has 24 boutiques to deliver to. How many bracelets does each boutique get? This is a division problem. The question is asking, if I split 768 into 24 equal groups, how many are in each group? Or, said a different way, how many groups of 24 fit into 768? Both ways of thinking about division are correct, and both will give us the same answer. But the second way, how many groups of 24 fit into 768, is the one that's going to make the math easier to do, because it lets us think about division as repeated subtraction. That's exactly what Henry did when he was figuring out how many dozens of eggs he had, if you remember. Before we solve this, estimate. 768 is close to 800. 24 is close to 25. 800 divided by 25, well, there are 4 25s in 100, and we're dealing with 800s. That means 8 groups of 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Marcus is going to send somewhere around 32 bracelets to each boutique. Hold on to that number. We'll come back to it. Here's the method we're going to use, and it's called partial quotients. The idea is simple. Instead of trying to figure out the whole answer at once, we figure it out in chunks. The question is, how many groups of 24 fit into 768? I'm going to start by asking myself a smaller, easier question. Do I know any group of 24 that fits into 768 easily? Well, yes. I know that 10 groups of 24 is 240. That's easy because multiplying by 10 shifts the digits one place to the left. So 10 groups of 24 definitely fit into 768. Let me take them out. 768 minus 240 equals 528. I've taken out 10 groups of 24. I have 528 left, and I have 10 groups recorded so far. Now, I ask again, how many more groups of 24 fit into 528? Well, I know 10 groups of 24 is 240, so another 10 groups would be another 240. Can I take another 10 groups out? 528 minus 240 equals 288. Yes, I have 288 left, and now I've taken out 20 groups. Can I take another 10? 288 minus 240 is 48. Yes, I can. Now I have 48 left, and I've taken out 30 groups. The question now is, how many groups of 24 fit into 48? That's a smaller question I can answer mentally. 24 plus 24 is 48, so 2 groups of 24 fit. I have nothing left. I took out 30 groups and then 2 more groups, which is 32 groups total. So 768 divided by 24 equals 32. Marcus sends 32 bracelets to each boutique. Notice what we did. We didn't have to know in advance how many groups of 24 fit into 768. We just kept taking out chunks we could see. 10 groups, another 10 groups, a third set of 10 groups, and then 2 groups, making 32 groups in total. The math stayed simple at every step because we never tried to do the whole thing at once. Compare this to our estimate. We predicted around 32 and we got exactly 32. The answer is reasonable. Let me show you why this works conceptually, because if you understand the structure, then you'll never forget how to do this. 768 divided by 24 is asking how many 24s are in 768. The distributive property, the same one we used for multiplication, works for division too. We broke 32 groups into 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 2 because those were the chunks we could handle easily. We did 24 by 10 4 times in our heads, but we did it because we understood that taking 10 groups at a time was the same as multiplying 24 by 10 and subtracting. This is the same idea that Henry used when he divided 385 by 12. He took out 10 dozens at a time, then 10 more, then 10 more, then 2, because those were the chunks that he could see. The method works for any division problem. The numbers change, but the method remains the same. You can take out bigger chunks when you see them. If you know that 24 groups 100 times is 2,400, and your dividend is greater than 2,400, then you can simply subtract 100 groups of 24. The method works at scale. Okay, let's try one more, and this one's harder. You're going to do this one on your own. Pause the video, work it out, and then come back to check your answer and see if you did everything correctly. I'll give you a little hint. There's going to be a remainder in this one. It involves Hazel. That's right, Hazel from the lemonade stand. She turns out to be Marcus's neighbor, and the two of them work together. Let's take a look at the situation. Marcus's neighbor, Hazel, is helping him package bracelets for shipping. Together, they have 1,847 bracelets to distribute among 37 boutiques. How many bracelets does each boutique get? We're going to estimate first. 1,847 is close to 1,800, or 1,800. 37 is close to 40. 1,800 divided by 40, well, 40 times 40 is 1,600, and 40 times 50 is 2,000. So the answer is somewhere between 40 and 50, probably closer to 50. Now partial quotients. How many groups of 37 fit into 1,847? I know that 37 times 10 is 370. Can I take 10 groups out? Yes, 370 is much less than 1,847. I know 37 times 100 is 3,700, but that's bigger than 1,847, so I can't take out 100 groups. I need to stay smaller. Let me try taking out 40 groups at once, since my estimate suggested that the answer was near 40. 37 times 40 is 37 times 4 times 10. 37 times 4 is 148. So 37 times 40 is 1,480. 1,847 minus 1,480 equals 367. I've taken out 40 groups. I have 367 left. Can I take out another 10 groups? 10 groups of 37 is 370. But 370 is bigger than 367, so I can't take out 10. I need to go smaller. How about 9 groups? 37 times 9. I can break that into 37 times 10 minus 37, which is 370 minus 37, which is 333. 367 minus 333 equals 34. I've taken out 9 more groups. I have 34 left. And 34 is less than 37, so I can't take out any more whole groups of 37. I took out 40 groups plus 9 groups, which is 49 groups. I have 34 left over. That's my remainder. So 1,847 divided by 37 equals 49 with a remainder of 34. Check the estimate. We predicted somewhere between 40 and 50, closer to 50. The answer we got was 49, which is right where we expected it. The answer is reasonable. In context, this means that each of the 37 boutiques get 49 bracelets. Marcus and Hazel have 34 left over. Maybe they can save those for a future shipment. A bridge to the standard algorithm. If you've been taught the standard long division algorithm before, the one with the long horizontal line and small numbers on top, I want you to see that it's doing exactly what we just did, only in a more compressed form. In the standard algorithm, instead of saying I can take out 10 groups, and then 10 more, and then 10 more, and then 2 more, you try to figure out the biggest chunk that you can take out at each step. So in 768 divided by 24, the algorithm asks, how many times can 24 fit into 76? 3 groups, because 24 times 3 equals 72. Then it asks, how many groups of 24 can fit into 48? 2 groups. The answer is 32. It's the same math. The standard algorithm just does it in quicker, bigger steps. Some students find the standard algorithm is faster once they're more comfortable. Others find the partial quotients method more reliable because the estimation step is easier. Either method will give you the correct answer, and the benchmark assessment will accept either one. The important thing is that you understand what division is. Splitting a total into equal groups, or counting how many groups of a certain size fits into a total. Once you understand that, you can use either method that works better for you.
I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throws to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything. I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throws to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything.